Another very crucial game or game that caught my attention this weekend was Manchester United going away to Fulham, and that game ended in a 1-1 draw. And we know there was a few incidents involving both the referee Bruno, and this morning I woke up this morning. A lot of Manchester United fans are already calling for the head of Amorim. I don't know where to go with that one. The season is still very young. I know they had these issues last week. And statistics, I imagine that Amorim has played 27 league games and have only won 7 for a team like Manchester United. That's very, very poor. And I think it's about 7 draws as well. Lost almost 17 or whatever. I don't know. I can't remember now the numbers. So the numbers are not looking good in favor of Amorim. I don't know. Ugun, what did you make of that Fulham game?
Well, I can understand the frustrations of Manchester United fans. I thought United started the game well, good intensity, a bit of organization. Um, but of course, Fulham are a side to be taken seriously any day, anytime in the EPL, especially in the last 2 seasons. They've got a first 11 that can match any team on any given day. They've been able to match all the top teams on any given day and given them strong games. And so whoever was expecting United to run over Fulham must have been delusional. Those kind of games, you take your chances and you hope it's a good day for you. You beat that side, get it out of the way, and move on. But after United went ahead, after they got a very, for me, a dodgy penalty, but it's neither here nor there. That's all you get with VAR. That Bruno missed. And then they were able to get that first goal. Again, a dodgy goal because there was a clear foul to that goal prior to that goal being scored. But it stood. Now, I think that United should have reorganized right after scoring that goal and protected that lead. Not withdrawing, but getting the right personnel on the field to protect the lead. Of course, they didn't do that. Allowed Newcastle, allowed the Fulham to play. If you listen to interviews that the Fulham players gave after the game and their coach, they clearly stated what they felt were the weaknesses of United that they took advantage of. Right? They said they had to suck their defenders in, get them to come in to try to support the midfield, and doing that, they left gaps that they tried
Run
to take
into.
advantage of and run into. So yeah, for Amorim, I'm not a United fan. I don't want to interfere in all their stuff, but I haven't seen anything from Amorim. It's still the same thing. You watch the games and you're like, okay, what is this coach trying to do? How is the team playing to justify the hope, the major hope that we're hearing from United fans that they are back and they are ready to move, even with the signings. The coach really needs to set the team up in such a way that they can be more positive. They can hold on to the ball for certain phases of play. They can string 10, 15 passes together, and you know that this is a formidable top EPL club or EPL team. Kobe Mainu is a question that's been on my mind for
Yeah, I
quite a
was going to
bit
come
now.
to him.
Yeah. And then I asked a question the other day about the plan B. For me, plan B for the coach still is seeing Maguire come in. Now he has added heaven to it. Those two guys, bring them in, pump long balls to them to help score goals. If that's the plan B, well, so be it. We identify it as the plan B. It's still a plan B. Hopefully it works for him, but yeah, it leaves a lot to be desired.
Okay, before we go on, features from our chat room, John said Liverpool will defeat Arsenal in the upcoming game, particularly because of Saka's injury right now. Firmino, you said that formation Amorim plays along Doku Ahmad is as wing back won't work. Choma says United banter, sign me up. Oh, Amorim, the most funny coach ever, according to John. Bruno said he missed the penalty because the ref distraction. No be juju be that. Yeah,
I
I hear you there. You guys are not chatting. One of the things, if you I don't know how you look at this one, you and Arnold, I have an issue with. I believe Ahmad and Mbemo are the same type of players. I don't see the idea behind playing Ahmad as a wing back and Mbemo in front of him. It's okay to have quality in your bench. If you want to start Mbemo as your first choice in that front right side, you can put Ahmad in the bench. If things are not going right, you bring Ahmad in. I don't think if starting both of them on that side of the pitch, I don't think it does us United any good. And by the time things get tough, you now bring in what's the Dalo to come and defend or to find goal. I don't understand. Like Ugo mentioned, you need goals. You're bringing head in and you're bringing Dalo, and at the same time bringing in what's his name, Maguire. So it's a little bit confusing with Amorim right there. But then another thing, if you I don't know how you feel about this one, or I know, I don't know if you can take up this point. Shesko was brought to be United's main striker, and I know it's possible it's not 100%, but that your front line is almost a new setup. Why not just starting with this player so that they start to understand themselves early enough? If he gets out in 65th minute, you can take him off and bring somebody else. But leaving him on the bench and making it 30 minutes into the game when things are already tough, I don't know if it does him any good. I don't know what
my
you guys think about it, but for me, I don't think it's a good
my
idea to put him on the bench.
my favorite one of my favorite top philosophers once said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. At what point does Amorim abandon that free, whatever he's doing, free
Yeah,
4, free 5-2? It's not working. Like, I don't, you see, I understand coaches having an
an idea
identity,
of philosophy.
yeah, identity, their own strategy of how they play. If you look at If you look at Conte, when he first came to Chelsea, he started playing four at the back, and when it didn't work, he switched to three, and that's when Chelsea were dominant and all of that. But if you also look at top coaches gone by, you look at Fergie, you look at Wenger, you look at Ancelotti, Mourinho, you look at Pep, Marcelo Lippi, Del Bosque, even recently Jurgen Klopp. They all have their preferred pattern styles of play. But when things are not working, you always notice that they try to tinker with the squad. They try to change personnel. Some games they change formation, you know. But you see that one in United. You're watching him. You have Maino on the bench, you know. You have Maino on the bench. You have BS, Benjamin Sesko on the bench. You have firepower on the bench. Why not switch it to a 4-3-3 and go at these people? Yeah, you're playing Fulham. You taking the lead, and if you watch the game, they were missing after the first 10 minutes. Yeah. Aside Mason Mount and Cunha, Mbuemo didn't do nothing in that game.
Yeah, and he played, I think he played almost 90 minutes.
He played the full 90. He never did nothing in that game. Yeah, some games will always be like that. You understand? No problem.
Exactly,
But
yeah.
when you
Sum
look
it
at
up.
when you look at your options, yeah. First of all, I think Bruno talking that garbage about the referee
Distracting him and stuff.
intercepting or interrupting his penalty procedure. I think that's rubbish, man. Just take your L and move on. That was a horrible miss. There's no chance that he should even come out and say that rubbish. He's not talking to the young guys. I think he should be taking off penalty duties because my man misses a lot. My man misses a lot for United. Go check the statistics. I think ever since he came to United, he's missed more penalties than anybody else in that same frame. So that aside, anyone can miss penalty, no doubt. But when you look at the identity of the team, There's no structure. There's no creativity in that team. They're not even barring that chance with Cunha that hit the post. What other chances did they have in the whole of that first half? Nothing.
Nothing, yeah. And the referee will even did them some favors. I don't know. What's your biggest take on United right now? What was your how did you watch the game? What did you see? Because it looked like at some point Fulham was running riot on United. United players kind of disappeared, and this is something that this team has been known for now. You know you're not going to get the same energy 90 minutes with United anytime, any day. And at some point, Fulham took over and just United could not have a foothold on the game anymore.
There was a few issues. One is the midfield. I think he needs to stop putting Bruno Fernandes at the number 8. It's not his position. He doesn't have the legs or the explosiveness to be going up and down and being a holding midfielder. That position should either be Ugarte and Mainu or Casemiro and Mainu, and then you can bring out Ugarte in the last minutes to help make sure that the defense is tight and everything. Because the same, even when we played Arsenal, even when they played Arsenal, even though Arsenal weren't playing up to their levels, there was still times where Odegaard was receiving the ball countless times in that midfield, and that's an issue. Most teams play with their midfield. With United, it just feels like they're not even using the midfielders that they have. They'd rather just pass, play it back, and then move side to side. Like they don't like the goal that they conceded. I think it was either De Ligt or Shaw who attempted a crossfield pass to Dallo, and Dallo lost the ball, and then that's how Fulham scored. If they played through their midfield, I think most chances like that would be avoided, and then opposition bypassing the midfield. I think that's one of their main issues. Another thing is their goalkeeper, and I don't think Binder had a bad game necessarily, but he gives the opposition fans confidence whenever the opposition gets corners they're because they're most susceptible to corners with Binder goal. Even if it's not Binder, Onana in goal is also gives opposition fans the exact same feeling that if you continue getting corners, at least one of them will go in, which is what happened last week against Arsenal. One mistake from the goalkeeper and boom, game's done. Nothing else. And yeah, I think that's it. They need to stop putting. Let's need to start using Menu more and put Fernandes if he said when we saw that Mboma wasn't affecting the game anymore. That's his time to start bringing in maybe what's his name, Ahmad in from the bench, or you shift Ahmad to the right wing position, take him off, and then bring in Dallo, or you put Fernandes up there and then you take him off and bring in Ugarte. But no, he takes off. Yeah, and then another thing, they also have Xerxes, and I know Xerxes isn't up to standard, but they have Xerxes. They can also use him. I think he's a good player who can help link up play with the likes of Mbomo and Cunha. And although he's not like as fast, his link up play is one of the things that carries him. So I think he has options. He's just choosing not to use it, and I don't know why.
Yeah, well, another thing is, I think United, another thing that's been problem with them is they just sign players for the sake of signing. I don't think they sign players with a plan of the way they want to build it. And like you just mentioned, most of these players that are signing, they already have players who can do what those players are bringing in. So obviously, and you begin to wonder what, like in Mbemo is just a bigger size of Ahmad. I don't really see any difference between the way Mbemo plays and Ahmad. And Ahmad, being a home goal, even has more confidence and more impact in games. So going to spend that money for Mbemo, I didn't know what it was about. Then Cunha is almost the same thing as Bruno, almost in the same role. So I don't know what they brought Cunha for. Like Arnold just mentioned right there, Jeski is a player that is technically gifted. He can link up play very, very well. He might not have the pace to stretch out defenses. Okay, you already you bring in Shesko to do that role for you. Then Jeski can play behind Shesko. So all these signings that United are doing, I don't really know if they are really, really well thought out, or they just sign player for the sake of signing players. And when you want to build a team, you need to decide what part of the team you want to start to build from. And most of the time, like if you mentioned, every coach that I know that got into any team that is really struggling, conceding goals, can't win games, they always start from the defense to build their team. Amorim comes into United. I don't know where he's building from. Okay, from this summer, he's building from attack. How can you build from attack when your defense is not strong? Your defensive midfield is a problem. They brought in Ugarte last summer. Ugarte, I was watching him yesterday. He couldn't even make a 2-meter pass. Correct. He couldn't complete a pass that was just in front of him. It's very, very bad, terrible when it comes to technicality. He can only break play, and that's about it. Then Casemiro, who is their most reliable midfielder right now, he doesn't have that ability to get around the pitch as much as you need it. And this is a wide open midfield. So it's really a disjointed setup right there in United. And Amorim is, like people say, he says the right things, but when it comes to really acting on them, you begin to scratch your head what he is trying to achieve with the things that he's doing. Let's take some views from our viewers before we round up. Thomas says, yes, Thomas right there. Amorim says that he's giving him time to adapt. Shesko, nah, that's, I mean, what are you giving him time to? Is he going to adapt on the bench? He adapts on the pitch by playing with his teammates. Amorim wants to create his own history like Pep. Okay, we're waiting for the history. John says you need goals and you're bringing in defenders. Amorim is an entertainer. Firmino, Lord, ref distraction made a professional player to hit penalty to Pluto. John, Bruno, best in giving excuses. Winner, excuse the. Newcastle needs to reconcile with Isak. They missed that guy today. No proper striker to convert all their chances created. And Firmino says Manchester United always signs because others do not do, not minding if it is the right players. Exactly. I agree with you there, Firmino. You know, United are just signing players for the sake of signing, and each time they bring players, it causes more confusion than doing them good in that squad. And Kobe Meno, I'm not saying he's a superstar, but I know when that guy broke in, if people that watch this channel, I made the video and I said, if United know they're not going to provide a platform for this young man to flourish, they should let teams that can do that for him sign him now before they destroy his career, like they destroy a lot of them. And that is exactly what we are seeing. And there's no sign. There are rumors this morning that he's going to leave. I hope he does, because staying in that team is not going to do his talent any good. Before we round up, if he Arnold, what was the result this weekend that really surprised you?
There's only one. Spurs Man City.
Results now regarding the Big Six would be the Aston Villa loss from, I think it was Brentford.
Yeah,
It surprised me. I thought they would have at least been able to leave there with something, but Brentford scored one goal and that was pretty much it. Although I didn't watch the game, so I don't have full technical breakdown. But from an outside perspective, that's a game that Aston Villa should be winning. But regarding the fact that Brentford's manager left, and some of their key players as well has also left, so that was really shocking and surprising to see.
okay, I agree with you guys for the Brentford Villa one. And will I say I was really surprised? No, I've been saying it for a very long time. People say I'm being a hater. Unai Emery is not a coach I believe is meant for league. He can't coach a team week in, week out. The tournament, in cup competitions, yes, but you see this everyday setup teams against teams that know you week in, week out in the league. He struggles. Even in PSG, that we are dominating French league. When he went there, he had his issues with the league. So yeah, I'm not going to say I was surprised, but it's a very unfortunate loss, right? That the one that really surprised me was Everton Brighton. Everton Brighton, I don't know if I expected Brighton to win, but to lose 2-0 to Everton, for me, was a very, very massive result for Everton. Though David Moyes has been coming up with these big wins and draws since he took over at Everton, and I hope that I wish them well, as long as it's not against Arsenal. It looks like he has got that team playing how he wants them to play, and I think that's about it. Yes, we're gonna have our preview, guys. John, Innovator of Africa, Choma, Firmino, you guys always joining this show. Thank you for being active in the chat room. We'll be back here on Thursday to do our preview for the coming weekend. Ugum, you're back. What's your closing? Did you have any games or any results that really surprised you this last weekend before we close? And what was your overall opinion about this round 2 of the EPL?
Well, I guess it's the main surprise was Tottenham for me, but not essentially that surprising. It's just the nature of the win. The fact that they beat City, they've beaten City quite a few times before, but the nature, the dominance, and the fact that they didn't really sweat so much to beat City was a big surprise for me. Now, my summary would be that the EPL is truly back. There are hardly any boring games. Teams are more evenly matched than ever. Teams are investing in good players. Everton just signed Tyler Diblin from Southampton, making them a stronger side because that young man, he has a big future ahead of him. So let's look forward to more wonderful games.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to review the fixtures for coming up next weekend. Thursday, we are back here again doing what we love to do. You look at the fixtures, of course, out of my head right now, I know Liverpool is hosting Arsenal next weekend, and I think City are playing with Newcastle as well. So we're going to be reviewing those games on Thursday and make our predictions as usual. For this weekend, I got 2 results right, and man like Ify got 2 right as well. I almost nicked a winner with 2-2 Liverpool, but until that young man Rio came and spoiled my show. So yeah, we go again next week on Thursday. I will give you 3 games that you can predict. Don't forget that we have massive prizes for you guys. Make sure you take part in those predictions. We're going to have a lot of merchandise to give out this season, especially club jerseys for those who will get this prediction. So on Thursday, we'll give you 3 games that you can predict and have a chance to win on Transit Sports TV. Man, like if it's always good to have you here. There's really no much to banter about today. Hopefully, we'll have some on Thursday. Ugum,
Yeah,
always good to have you. And thank you so much.
Obviously, humans are excited. Humans are excited with Gyökeres and Leeds. Don't worry, we'll back. Come on, man. There's 6 more games. We're going to banter from next week. I'm sure Liverpool is going to do humans numbers. So we'll stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Okay.
Don't forget, tell your fans to like, share, follow this channel. I'm like Ify, one of the faces that run the place.
You guys, please, you've watched, if you enjoy, please share with your friends. And like Ugum always says, even with your enemies, let them enjoy what you are enjoying. Transit Sports TV, we're trying to build this community for you guys out there, for us to have our views. John, Firmino, our regulars, anytime you have time, you can as well come live on the show. Let us know, and we'll give you an opportunity to, join us in analyzing these games and previewing it. Yeah, good to see you guys. And thank you so much, Ugum. Always a pleasure. Man like Ify, the man that banters, and we'll see you guys next time.